The Motorola Moto G is an astonishing bargain, combining a good set of specs for a rock-bottom price. If that's still a bit too pricey for you, then cast your eyes over the Moto E. It's an Android KitKat packing 4.3-inch smartphone with cut-down specs and an even more cut-down price. You'll easily spot the family resemblance between the Moto E and the G. Although smaller, it has the same curved back, which is very comfortable to hold, the little dimple for the Moto logo, and it has interchangeable back covers, allowing you to change the colour when you fancy a fresh look. It looks and feels like a slightly less luxurious phone than the Moto G, but it does at least have a toughened Gorilla Glass 3 display, and the internals have been given a water-resistant coating. The display has a 960 by 540 pixel resolution, which is lower than the G720p display. It's not quite as crisp and its viewing angles aren't great, but its good colours and reasonable brightness make it more than adequate for everyday tasks. Inside is a 1.2 GHz dual-core processor instead of the quad-core chip found in the Moto G. Didn't put in a brilliant performance on benchmarks, but navigating around the Android interface was still pretty nippy, with menus and apps opening without any of that annoying lag. It handled a spot of light gaming too, although frame rates did noticeably drop on occasion. It's running the latest Android 4.4.2 KitKat software, which is a huge plus for such a budget phone, which tend to save money by coming with older versions of Android. It's a near stock version of Android, which is simple enough for even the most hardened technophobes to get used to. On the back is a 5-megapixel camera, which I found generally unimpressive thanks to its low quality and fixed focus lens. The Moto E is really not a phone for photography fans. In general, the Moto E packs enough tech to tackle the absolute basics adequately and is a very cheap entrance into the Android world. Its price, however, isn't much lower than the Moto G, which has a better camera, more powerful processor, improved screen and longer battery life. Unless you're shopping on a very tight budget, the Moto G is still the best value phone around. I'm Andrew Hoyle for CNET, and this is the Motorola Moto E.